Apple's ready to debut its latest iPhone SE, but later this year the premium iPhone 17 series will arrive. A new rumor has emerged claimed the iPhone 17 Pro Max would come with a crucial display advantage, a dynamic island that may be substantially smaller. The front of the iPhone has stayed basically the same since the iPhone 14 Pro's introduction in 2022, but that looks about to change with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Well-known leaker Digital Chat Station has reiterated earlier allegations that the iPhone 17 Pro Max will use the Metalens technology to make the dynamic island, which hasn't changed in size since its introduction 3 years ago, narrower. The iPhone 17 Pro Max will have a floor-to-ceiling metal lens, mainly integrating Face ID RX and TX, reducing the thinning structural components, and the size of the smart island will be further reduced. This solution will also be applied to the straight iPad Pro and the folding iPad, another information point. Google's ultimate goal is still to have 3D human faces under the screen, but it will take several generations. Now let's slowly shrink the smart island. As opposed to the usual curved lenses employed by the top iPhones of today, Metalens is an optical lens that uses nanostructured materials to alter light. Since it is flat and light, it will take up less space. Apple will purportedly employ Metalens for the Face ID system to minimize the size of the dynamic island on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. According to a recent report, Apple will also use the Metalens technology for the first foldable iPhone's front camera. Per today's leak, the tech may also trickle down to the iPad Pro. Apple's ultimate goal is to embed the Face ID technology below the screen. However, Digital Chat Station warns that it could be several generations before it comes to fruition. An earlier rumor also suggested that the iPhone 17 Pro would sport thinner bezels. Apple is reportedly believed to be mulling numerous other alterations, including sloping edges, a pixel-style camera bar, aluminum side rails, and a part aluminum, part glass back design. Despite being one of the best phones currently available, the iPhone 16 isn't an exciting update, and Apple is reportedly attempting to remedy that by bringing design changes this year. Apart from that, the iPhone 17 Pro is reportedly believed to contain a 48 megapixels periscope camera, as well as a 48 megapixels front-facing camera. The business is also set to debut its Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge rival, the iPhone 17 Air, this year, which would replace the Plus model in the lineup. The series will be powered by A19 CPUs made on TSMC improved 3nm technology, and the iPhone 17 Air could flaunt an in-house modem. This new rumor contradicts a previous report from respected Apple supply chain analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, which states the entire iPhone 17 series would have the exact same dynamic island as the current iPhone 16 generation. All of this is unsubstantiated speculation at this point, so take all of this information with a few grains of salt. Next, yes, we are still in the middle of the iPhone 16 release cycle, but speculations about the iPhone 17 models expected for 2025 have already started circulating, and we know quite a bit about what's coming. 2025 could offer one of the largest upgrades to the iPhone's design that we've seen since the 2017 iPhone X, with Apple reported to be planning for an all-new iPhone 17 Air that features a considerably slimmer design, a new display size, a fresh look for the camera, and more. We are expecting 4 total versions in 2025. The iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the new iPhone 17 Air. There will be no iPhone 17 Plus, with Apple doing away with the Plus series because it has not proven successful with users. The trimmed-down iPhone 17 won't be a direct replacement for the iPhone 17 Plus, instead making a debut as a new device choice in the lineup. Rumors claim that the forthcoming device will have a display that's roughly 6.6 inches and a chassis that's 6 mm thick or less. If we compare the iPhone lineup to the Mac and iPad lineups, the iPhone 17 Air will be equal to the MacBook Air or the iPad Air, while the iPhone 17 Pro is the equivalent of the MacBook Pro or the iPad Pro. Because the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max will feature 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch display sizes, the iPhone 17 Air will come in right in the center of those two smartphones in terms of size. Apple may potentially expand the total size of the basic iPhone 17, but if that happens, it will be 6.3 inches. It's not quite clear if that size update is still on the future, or if Apple will remain with the 6.1-inch display size for the basic iPhone 17. Some early speculations claimed the thinner iPhone 17 Air may be a high-end gadget that's more expensive than the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but now it's looking like it will be less expensive than the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, but more expensive than the iPhone 17. In that regard, it will replace the Plus iPhone in the lineup as a middle ground in pricing between the 17 and the 17 Pro. All four iPhones introduced in 2025 are likely to be updated with ProMotion display technology with a 120Hz maximum refresh rate for smoother scrolling and video content, which means that ProMotion will no longer be a feature confined to the Pro iPhone models. The upgrade will be enabled by LTPO OLED panels that Apple is believed to be employing for all of the iPhone 17 versions. Always-on display technology is also possible by LTPO display technology, although it's not yet known if always-on will arrive to all models or remain restricted to the Pro iPhone models. The ceramic shield front-facing display could be changed this year, with Apple instead choosing for a new anti-reflective display material that is more scratch-resistant and will better resist drops and dents. Rumors say that the material will be an improvement over the present ceramic shield. We receive new iPhone colors every year, and while we don't know what colors to expect for the iPhone 17 models just yet, Apple surely has something fresh in the works. For the Pro versions, Apple might replace titanium with aluminum, and part of the glass frame could move to aluminum for increased durability. We've heard speculations stating that the iPhone 17 Pro variants will have a half-glass, half-aluminum shell, with the glass piece still allowing for MagSafe charging. This upgrade could come alongside a camera design change, with Apple likely choosing for a horizontal pill-shaped camera bump rather than the customary square camera bump. We've also heard that the iPhone 17 Air could feature a horizontal camera bulge, so this may be a design tweak that we'll see for numerous iPhones in the lineup. As for camera enhancements, Apple is reported to be working on an updated 24-megapixel front-facing camera with a 6-element lens, while the iPhone 17 Pro Max could contain an upgraded 48-megapixel telephoto camera, which would be an improvement over the existing 12-megapixel sensor. The iPhone 17 is believed to have the same wide and ultra-wide cameras, but the iPhone 17 Air is expected to get a single-lens 48-megapixel rear camera. At least one iPhone 17 model next year will receive an Apple-designed Wi-Fi 7 chip, rather than a chip supplied by Broadcom, and it's likely to be the iPhone 17 Air. Apple is also anticipated to introduce its own modem chip in the handset, testing it instead of a Qualcomm chip. The basic iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro versions are likely to continue to use Qualcomm technology. This year, Apple is aiming for an iPhone 17, an iPhone 17 Air, an iPhone 17 Pro, and an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but there will be no iPhone 17 Plus in the lineup. Apple is nixing the Plus iPhone due to mediocre sales and insufficient user interest in the gadget. The regular iPhone 17 will resemble a lot like the current iPhone 16, with most of the speculation concentrating on the iPhone 17 Air and the iPhone 17 Pro variants. So far, we haven't heard much about changes that are exclusive to the iPhone 17, however, there is a possibility for a new display size. The iPhone 17 could measure in at 6.3 inches, up from 6.1 inches, which would make it the same size as the iPhone 16 Pro. Rumors claim that Apple aims to eliminate the Plus model in 2025, so there may be only a single lower-cost handset, and at 6.3 inches, it would be in between the size of the present 6.1-inch iPhone 15 and the 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Plus. The iPhone 17 Air is believed to be one of the first iPhones to acquire an Apple-designed 5G modem, with Apple continuing to use Qualcomm modems for the other iPhone 17 versions. Apple's modem chip will be capable of theoretical 5G download speeds of up to 4 GB per second, which is slower than Qualcomm's modems in current phones. The chip will not support the fastest wave 5G and will instead be confined to sub-6 GHz 5G. Apple will remove the physical SIM card on iPhones in more countries next year, though it is not yet known which nations. Apple did away with a SIM card slot in the United States with the iPhone 14 models, but a physical SIM has so far been present on iPhones sold outside of the United States. The iPhone 17 Air is believed to lack a SIM tray entirely due to how thin it is. The iPhone 17 models are rumored to contain an Apple-designed Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 7 processor that will replace components from Broadcom. The combined Bluetooth and Wi-Fi processor is separate from the 5G chip that Apple planned to use for the iPhone 17 Air. Apple is seeking to create a wireless arrangement where the components are tightly integrated and more energy efficient, which will help the company cut down on the battery use of cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth technologies. The next iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max could include batteries that are easier to remove, employing the same technology Apple used in the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus. The iPhone 16 and 16 Plus employ a form of glue that can be loosened using a low-voltage electrical current. However, the 16 Pro and Pro Max have normal adhesive. Next year, all iPhone 17 models might include the new, easier-to-remove adhesive, which makes battery changes simpler. At least one iPhone 17 model next year will feature a mechanical aperture that will enable consumers alter the size of the iPhone 17's aperture, changing the amount of light hitting the lens. Current iPhone models have fixed apertures, however, a variable aperture will let photos be recorded with shallow depth of field. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max will continue to incorporate a 5x telephoto optical zoom lens, and it will still be a Pro-exclusive feature. The basic iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Air will not feature the 5x zoom. So if you have any questions, share it with us in the comments section. Then I will see you in the next one. See you in the next one. Peace out.